Well, as I'm sure many of you are aware, as of April 3rd, 2013, the video game development company LucasArts has closed its doors. This was a decision made by its current owner, Disney, leaving many current LucasArts projects, such as the amazing-looking Star Wars 1313, canceled, and many developers unemployed. As for any other future Star Wars projects, they will either be handled by Disney Interactive Studios, or possibly a third-party developer such as... well, fuck. But even though this isn't the end of Star Wars titles, I'm very sad to see this company go. This is a development studio that's been around since 1982, and has not only been developing Star Wars titles, some of which count towards my favorite games of all time, but they also developed some fantastic standalone adventure titles such as Maniac Mansion, The Secret of Monkey Island, and Day of the Tentacle. It truly is a saddening experience to say goodbye to a studio that is responsible for creating many games that define my childhood, teenage years, and so far my adulthood. So, in honor of this now defunct developer, I'll be taking a look at two LucasArts titles that I greatly enjoyed. The first of these titles is Star Wars Republic Commando. Released for the Xbox and PC in 2005, this title received fairly good reviews, and has even been re-released on Steam and is backwards compatible with the Xbox 360. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the fray and take a look through the eyes of the Republic Commandos. This game has you taking on the persona of an elite trooper, codenamed Boss. No, goddammit, not that one. You are part of an elite squad of commandos, bred from birth to be more combat proficient than the average clone trooper. Naturally, I would assume that if every trooper was given this training, they would have a much more effective army, but what do I know? Along with the Boss, you have three other members to your unit. There is Scorch, who is your demolition expert, Fixer, who is the hacker of the group, and Sev, who is your resident sniper. All of these characters make up Delta Squad. This game will have you traversing through extremely hostile battles, most of which take place between Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3. These skirmishes will have you fighting through the Battle of Geonosis, investigating a derelict Republic vessel, and finally, aiding a Wookiee uprising on Kashyyyk. The gameplay for this title functions like many tactical shooters of the time. Along with your squad mates coordinating with each other to take out hostiles, you can also command them to perform specific actions, such as hacking, planting explosives, engaging in door breach maneuvers, and taking specific defensive positions. But considering the amount of enemies you must face, you will need more than just an effective squad to overcome these obstacles. Which is nothing a little firepower can't fix. Your standard weapon is the DC-27 assault rifle, which can also be interchanged into a sniper rifle, and an anti-armor grenade launcher. However, if you ever run out of ammo for this weapon, not to worry, as you can pick up many of your enemy's weapons. Or, of course, just rely on the fact that your squad mates will never run out of ammo. This campaign in total will last around 8 hours, and there is a multiplayer mode. However, due to the fact that I'm playing it on the 360, and this game is no longer compatible on Xbox Live, I can't show any gameplay. But take my word for it, the multiplayer is just okay at best. Now let's get to the reviewing, shall we? These graphics for the time were quite good, as they managed to show a fair amount of detail in the enemies, and to a slightly lesser extent, the environment. As for the gameplay, I have very little complaints. In fact, this is one of the best aspects of this title. The general combat and navigation is very reminiscent of both the Halo and Metroid Prime titles, with the game taking place in first person, with the HUD being on the screen. But even aside from this, the AI of your comrades is actually quite, well, intelligent. They will follow your orders very quickly and efficiently, along with attempting to take cover or outmaneuver your adversaries. I guess the only real problem that I have with this game, aside from its brevity, is the fact that in some senses it can be a bit too easy. Now, this is nothing that upping the difficulty won't fix, but it seems that in almost every room in this game, there is a Bacta dispenser which will refill both you and your teammates' health with an unlimited supply. But probably the reason that I enjoyed this game the most is the interaction between the commandos. When I had first learned that the Republic Army consisted entirely of clones, it never occurred to me that these soldiers would have their own personalities, let alone think for themselves. This game takes this concept and turns it on its head, as these soldiers not only have some very comical banter amongst themselves, but they show genuine concern for each other and even question their mission if their orders seem too risky or harmful to themselves or others. So, if you're interested in checking out an interesting side story in the Star Wars saga while utilizing squad-based tactical combat, then I'd say you have very specific tastes. But if you are genuinely interested in this game, you can find this title very easily on Steam or an original Xbox copy for around $10. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not done with my LucasArts tribute just yet. Tune in next time for not only one of my favorite LucasArts titles, but also one of my favorite multiplayer games growing up. See you next time.